last episode, starting about halfway through Agent Blaze, along with, yeah, just halfway through Agent Blaze, and that's pretty much the last quest we have before we are completely done with Main Hub, Ghost World, and Backdoor, and then we can go ahead and move on to Void, and then finally, once we're done with Void, move on to Remnant Zone, as this is our, as we've already rebirthed. So yeah, hello Yorick. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and hop over to Ghost World and start working through the Ghost World part of Agent Blaze's quest. This should probably take us around 40 more minutes, and then it'll take us 15 minutes for final boss, and then about another 20 minutes for the rest of Void, and then we will be able to move on to Remnant Zone. So about 2 hours in Remnant Zone today. It will be interesting to see how fast we can progress through Remnant Zone, because that's like the one world I haven't actually done as a free-to-play. The Backdoor and all the other worlds on my first time through the game, I managed to go ahead and play as a free-to-play, but once Rebirths were added, I ended up buying quite a few game passes and no longer being it. What have I missed? You have missed me joining into the world and saying that we are going to be starting hard mode, so you have missed absolutely nothing yet. That being said, we this first little bit will be a lot of Agent Blaze, just spam hop back and forth. I don't think I actually have the items I need for his quest, so we are going to end up having to probably grind a little bit of items more Backdoor, or in, yeah, both Backdoor and Ghost World, says we're, okay, I didn't mean to buy a second one, but, anyways, that should be it for this quest, and then we can go ahead, yeah, it'll be a lot of server hopping for Agent Blaze. Everyone knows the drill. Oh yeah, Deadpool. Yeah, that 2 hour rebirth, I mean, that's really nice. I think that's been possible for a while, since you said you did get quite a bit of help setting up bosses and stuff. So it might not be exactly what I said about it being, oh yeah, rebirths are faster now, but I think it is safe to say there's not really a significant difference now versus before for endgame, and it should also make it easier for pretty much everyone else, since items are generally what people are slower on when they're first playing through. So but yeah, might be a little bit longer for endgame, but I don't think that like the 3 to 4 minutes that it is like maximum that it adds to like endgame grinders is going to be too much of an issue. But yeah, nice job on that 2 hour rebirth. All right, Backdoor, you going to load? Yeah, I mean, but over the course of the run, RNG will roughly even out. Oh, we have the items for this. Like, you do enough bosses where RNG on bosses isn't as big of a factor. You can cheat the RNG with like alts and or other people or whatever, but if you're playing through it like one, you're going to get, on average, it's going to be a pretty similar one rebirth to another. Like, there might be 3 to 4 minutes difference, but it's not going to be huge as it is, like, since there are so many bosses. Hello, Ian. Oh, it is so nice having the jetpack. There are some perks that like I don't have on my main account due to me rebirthing again. So being able to have them on this account is just super nice. Although it is a little bit confusing sometimes to hop between them. I think the big one is the heavy armor. Like, if you have the heavy armor, you're just chilling on bosses. And then when you switch to like not having heavy armor, you go to click on the boss and like turn away or stop paying attention, and then you just get hit and you're like, oh, I have to go sit here this entire time actually actively playing. It is such a pain. But yeah. Yes, yeah, no, the Roblox physics and frame rates and stuff like that, especially with like server hopping, super noticeable. But even like basic movement, vacuuming ghosts, there is so much lag with the with like Roblox, how it works. If you're playing on a laggy device, like sometimes I am, you're going to be in a whole lot more pain than if you just have like all the stuff already done. I'll fix this eventually, guys. Don't worry too much about it. All right. Yeah, I think especially during like final boss or any other mega boss, it's really noticeable. I think they're like extra laggy for whatever reason. Where are we going? Guess what? I call that a skill issue. Yeah, that's 100% not a skill issue. And like part of why I don't want to have like too competitive of a rebirth time leaderboard or anything like that. Just because I don't think it's really a super fair comparison sometimes. All right, Grim is somewhere new. There it is. Not the ideal Grim, but like honestly on this account I don't even care about ideal. Yeah, anyways, for anyone talking about the no-hit final boss, at some point when I do finally decide to go look at final boss, I do kind of want to make that bunny gum. But it feels cheesy to me, so it'll probably end up getting patched out, where I'll actually go to your correct altitude. You know, I know people will complain about that, but it is really kind of a cheese thing. But yeah. So, you know, don't get too attached to that strategy of avoiding the attack. It is going to get patched on eventually. Probably not anytime soon. I mean, it's not high on my priority list. Even though final boss is super buggy, it is one of those things where it is actually a big feature of the game. Like, there's a lot of moving parts. So it would take me time to go figure out what's going on there and actually patch stuff out. So. No, they're no one will do frame perfect inputs in Ghost Simulator. That's just not the style of Ghost Sim. Well, I do also know that, like, even with frame perfect inputs, there are ways to just make it go to your position, which is already what it does. Like, can you guys think of any other way other than parachute and bunny gum to dodge that attack? Probably not, because there isn't really. Like, even if you're using something like zoom gum, it freezes you, then it goes to your position and attacks you. It isn't like it has a little bit of delay like with some other bosses where it allows you time to get away. Oh, we're going back to Agent Blaze. Dev console, easy to dodge all attacks that way. Yeah, I'm sure everyone has access to the dev console. Although I'm sure with how the attacks are client side, there are ways to exploit which will get you like instantly banned from Ghost Simulator to dodge them, which is probably not ideal, but you know, that's just how stuff works. I'm not 100% sure on that. I don't know how exactly exploiting works, but with them being client side, I'd imagine it's actually possible, which isn't like great, but whatever. What would tab glitching do? I'm sure tab glitching will just get you completely frozen due to the client-side lag problems. If you try doing that attack. I mean, you can try it out, but I'm sure it's going to do the same thing as if you get a really bad lag spike during that thing, where it just completely freezes your thing. You might dodge the attack with that, but I'm sure getting the soft locked is going to be a bigger issue than dodging the attack. Or just getting hit by the attack would be. Yeah, have it happen again right after. You do realize the attack needs to end correctly for you to unfreeze, correct? And I mean, yeah, I don't think the timing would allow you to actually do it, just because I think you unfreeze as it hit. Or no, I guess you don't unfreeze as it hits you, but I don't think the rest of the attack will continue if you time freeze. I believe since it is client side, if you unfreeze it, it'll just continue where it left off instead of starting where it's at in the current phase. So like, even if you dodge one and try to get the last part of it or whatever, I believe it would just go from the beginning. I think that's how the client side stuff works. I haven't looked too much into it, so I don't know exactly what the code is. For all I know, it might even just be server side stuff, somehow replicated onto the client in a way that doesn't actually allow that, or does allow that, or whatever. I just don't know. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. We'd get quest-wise a few items that we don't have. Also, funny thing is going to be like the time on this account to like rebirth or whatever. Since I only like play once a week on this account, it's I think, are we at the max time? No, we've played 10 weeks or so. So we're about 70 days. Yeah, I'll go check. Actually, it's probably like 77 or 84 or something like that days since I last rebirthed. Hello. So it's quite a while since, yeah, rebirth info. Yeah, 84 days since my last rebirth on this account. So, you know, 84-day rebirth time, that is definitely definitely something. Anyways, we don't need these ghosts. We need these ghosts specifically. And a few of them. Probably should be using loot gum for this. Yeah, now we'll be fine. Yeah, we're already fine. Yes, I'm working. I've been trying to fix it for like the last 5 updates. It's just like no one's been testing to make sure all these stuff are fixed. Actually, if you go in testing right now, tell me if it happens. Because I think I patched it. But I also thought that like the last 5 updates that I've tried to push out, so you know. Oh, do I have the wrong pet team equipped? That'd be funny. No, I don't. Okay. We'll try. Yeah. I think it should be patched, but who knows? Eating right now? Yeah, no. You don't need to worry about it too now. I mean, next update's Friday, so get back to me before Thursday on whether or not that's working, and it'll be sorted out if it isn't. Otherwise, I just assume my patches work for this stuff. I know I haven't like directly said, oh yeah, I patched that specific bug. I've been working on a few other things, like making sure the sort actually works properly and stuff like that. fast food, so I got McDonald's. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm in that same boat where sometimes I just really want something fast, like, you know, microwave food or candy, or and it's like really, it's bad for your health, obviously. But like it's like doesn't even take that long to get like some other like better stuff anyways. But yeah, no, it's sometimes something that you just want to do. I definitely understand that. Where are we going? We are going back to Blaze. But yeah, in general, I don't buy too much, so I don't know, like, I can't really, don't have a comparison for prices on stuff, and I don't really, like, buy stuff now, so it's not like I'm noticing, oh, stuff's so much more expensive or whatever, which, you know, I should just stop talking. Alright, here we go. Leveling up quests. I thought... Oh no, that was on my main account. I was like, I thought I already did that quest, but no, I was doing a rebirth on my main account more like... Yeah, not yesterday. Pretty recently though. And so I was kind of confused why I still had that quest. But yeah, we should just be able to equip some commons and level them up really quick because... Is there new stuff in the store? Yes, I do believe so. Photoshoot was here last week, but yeah, Necromancia, I don't know how to pronounce that, in Movie Night are new stuff. So yeah, if anyone likes limited store stuff, yeah, go for it. But honestly, I was never one to buy stuff from the limited store. I think the only time I did was when they were doing the charity stuff for Valentine's Day, I believe. Like, you know, like 4 years ago or whatever, so, yeah. I guess we'll grab the XP from Anonymous. This should at least get us up to level 3, if not up to like level 4. Yeah. Okay, actually this will probably get us all the way up to level 5. I don't think I can share that information. Yeah, there are some stuff that I probably should not share. I mean, there's probably more stuff that I can share than I think I can, but I'm pretty sure financial stuff is absolutely no on sharing. All right. Oh wait, we have the jetpack. What am I doing? I'm just trolling at this point. No, it's not whether or not people are watching. It's just because that's not something that's allowed. Like, I wouldn't share regardless of whether or not they're watching. Alright. That should be... There we go. Alright, make boss, and then we have the signal from the center, and then we are into Backdoor, which should take about 10 minutes, and then we should be able to move on to the final boss fight. Hello, Sam. Oh, that was an interesting typo. I haven't. I mean, Jonas might have been in. I don't think so. Actually, no, Dark Thunder. I think Dark Thunder. Not while he's been a dev, but he might have said hi at some point in one of my streams. Actually, I'm fairly sure on Dark Thunder. Jonas might have. I don't think so. And the other two, not no. Yes, the update is going to be next Friday. Who's doing the final boss? I don't know who's doing the final boss. We're bopping. Oh, I guess if, I can say next, update is going to be a lot more quality of life focused than, a lot of the previous updates. And that's saying a lot since, like, last update was, quite literally a quality of life update primarily, where it was like, oh yeah, improving the main hub map so it loads faster, making the NPCs actually doable in main hub. So yeah, next update is literally more quality of life based than the last one. So, you know, it might be a little bit rough for anyone expecting a whole lot of new stuff. That being said, there's a small bit of new content, although it will be unfortunately, I don't think it's going to be as impactful as some people want it to be. You said there'll be a Minecraft stream Thursday, I'm assuming. It'll probably end up being Wednesday. Thursday, I'm going to be probably doing a lot of developing last minute for the update going out on Friday. And yeah, obviously can't be Friday. So yeah, probably Wednesday. That being said, I need to really upload a video at some point this week. Like, I am so behind on videos. The thing is, like, the best video I have is editing together some stuff from the Minecraft realm from like 2 months ago into a video, and it's like, is it even really worth it at that point for it? Probably not. Yeah, actually every Ghost Simulator's update schedules every 2 weeks there's an update. It's actually not that bad. I mean, I don't do anything else, so it is literally all YouTube and Roblox for me, so not too difficult. No, hoverboards has been an idea in this game for long before Ghost Sim. I remember in like 2015 seeing hoverboards in the game. Like, it's in Roblox in general. It's we don't have the auto shield blaster yet, but it's not a Ghost Sim unique idea. So many games have hoverboards. Yeah, generally they look a little bit different, but they're still generally the same idea where you hover off the ground on a board. It is not unique. If it works exactly like they do in Ghost Simulator, then yeah, it might be stolen. But like, even the games like Pet Sim 99, other Pet Sim games that have had hoverboards, it all works a lot differently, and you can tell when you like use them in those games that, oh, this actually works horribly. Whereas the ones in Ghost Simulator, like, oh yeah, this is actually pretty clean. Okay. Oh, I'm behind like 3 videos now. Guys, this is what I'm talking about when I say ping in Ghost Simulator is horrible. If you're lagging at all like I am right now, you aren't able to really do anything during mega bosses. Attacks start to overlap. It's just pain. Like, look at this. This is not how fast you're supposed to be running Ghost Simulator at. No, I probably won't watch video on it. Honestly, as much as I play Ghost Simulator, I don't watch really any Ghost Simulator videos. Okay. We'll be fine. Idiots. Yeah, he's more damaged than I am right now, so we should be fine on this. Barring any, like, really bad lag spike during, like, a laser section. Definitely go for Ghostly Vision or Master Hunter for your first 2 rebirths. We're going to get hit by this attack. There's nothing we can do about that. Those 2 really help speed up rebirths. Master Hunter allows you to get 3 ghosts at a time from the get-go, which is super helpful. Whereas, oh my goodness, where is my frame rate at? Where did my frames go? Like, what in the world's going on with you, Great Guardian? But yeah, no. Master Hunter and Ghostly Vision are the best ones. They help you rebirth faster. Great Guardian Ghostly Vision allows you more boss options for Yoko, which really helps speed up that quest. Whereas Master Hunter allows you 3 streams from the get-go, allowing you to both skip Finsley, which is really helpful, and have those 3 streams from the beginning, which is really underrated. Like, even if you're one-shotting Ghost, having 3 streams allows you to really just ignore the cooldown time between vacuuming Ghosts. Like, if you notice, even if you've, like, vacuumed a Ghost, you still have a little bit of cooldown time before you can click another Ghost. So just having the Master Hunter is actually super helpful for that, even from the start. So, generally, the strategy is Master Hunter, Ghostly Vision, and then whatever else you want, which is generally either going to be Lucky Cat to have all the permanent ones, because why not? Or straight into Tycoons, because Tycoons are overpowered for gem grinding. Alright, that being said, we should be good on this fight, barring any real shenanigans from boss right about now. Nope, we are good. And yeah, we should... That will be pretty much it for the Ghost World of Agent Blaze. There we go, fast travel, cell, Agent Blaze. Yeah, and then the quest after this is going to be the Center Island click. Actually, no, it might be... No, it's the key first, then it's the Center Island click, and then it's just going to be Ghost World from then on, or Backdoor from then on out. Yeah, and then we have final And then we're going to have Void and then Bow, and then we're on to Remnant Zone. So just do... Yeah, I mean, yes, in some respects that is fine. The thing is, actually no, I was about to say, you save a lot of time with Finsley, but no, Finsley did get easier in the last update, so you are going to be not as set back. I kept trying to say back set, and I'm like, no, that's not right. That's not the right term. No, so you're not going to be at setback to do Finsley on every rebirth. I definitely recommend getting it sooner before you start spamming into Tycoons for rebirths, because like saving that time every single rebirth, it saves like an hour or so, really will add up over the long term. But yeah, Ghostly Vision might be better now that Finsley is easier. I'd still recommend Master Hunter first, just because that's been what the best one has been for the longest time. But yeah. Honestly, swapping Ghostly Vision and Master Hunter isn't going to make a significant difference. You can debate which one's better, but the strategy is going to be one then the other, no matter how you dish it up. They just both those save quite a bit of time on rebirths. And set you up for all the future rebirths. That being said, like, there is this one little thing where it's like, if you're only really going for like 1 or 2 casual rebirths, you're going to be much better off going for something like Ghostly Vision and a Divine or a Lucky Eyes, or just like the permanent ones instead of trying to go into the efficient ones, because if you're only doing 2 rebirths anyways, might as well just grab the 2 permanent ones and call it a day. Yeah, I mean, okay, that small chance of getting a Ghost of Vision bet, I need to point out that you can literally just go grind for Lucky Cats before you rebirth for the first time, which will, A, be faster, B, get you them earlier, and C, you don't need to put an entire rebirth work into it, so pretty good there. And then you also are grinding gum and stuff before anyways, so you're going to need the overcharge for that. Ag! That's not what I meant to do. Oh well. You know, I'm sure the 10-second, okay, it's probably like 30-second time loss that we just got there, will be able to be seen in my rebirth time, but you know, I'm sure I'll be fine. Honestly, I've been thinking about adding a in-server timer to rebirths instead of the time since last rebirth sort of deal. I don't know how easy it would be to do, and I'd have to rework like the entire system, which is not fun in any way, stretch of the imagination. But yeah, and then having like 2 separate timers for like different stuff if I have different rebirth types at some point, but probably not going to worry too much about it. It's kind of just an idea I had. Oh, I'd still have both timers. I think if I ever added like leaderboards or whatever, the idea would be to have like 2 separate leaderboards for times, like one with like competitive times and one with like casual times or whatever. Whereas like casual times are stored using just whatever time you get on your rebirth, and it's only time that you spent in the server. Whereas like a competitive time would include like time since you rebirth, including offline time, and then also competitive would have some like standardized stuff, like game passes are standardized and pet stats are standardized and stuff like that to make it all fair to like everyone, which would require a lot of coding, and so I don't think it will actually ever come to the game. But that's an idea I have in the back of the head, chilling if I ever want to do it. But yeah, making something competitive like that, I don't think is actually going to be super helpful for the game. Like it sounds cool on the surface, and for like endgame people, it's like, oh, cool, competitive leaderboards. But like for the most part, like games don't actually need a competitive aspect to them. They more need the casual stuff. They need stuff for casual players to do. And so that I think that's why like stuff like leaderboards, for instance, like people are ooh cool leaderboards, but they don't actually care really. Like more people I think care about the daily leaderboard than the oh, that's not what I'm doing. More people care about the daily leaderboard because they can actually get on it than they do care about like the global leaderboard. In a sense. Just stop jumping, shaking my head. Or SMH my head. Oh, ouch. I did not mean to go to Remnant Zone, guys. Excuse that. I accidentally went a bit early. Yeah, whoops. Oh well. It's not like we're doing anything in here. It's not like we're going to go buy a pack or whatever. No, I don't remember your name, but hello, Brick Battlers. I'm honestly really bad at remembering people's names. Like, even if you actively chat, Deadpool can confirm this. Like, I'm sure it took like 4 or 5 streams of him chatting before I remembered that, oh yeah, you've been in my streams recently. Alright, we're back to Backdoor. But yeah, no, welcome to the stream. I definitely appreciate people who do come back. Yeah, some of my older streams are kind of... Actually, even some of my newer streams are scuffed, but like, a lot of the streams are super scuffed anyways. Oh, you know what I find really interesting is that people like there's like between like YouTube and I guess compared to like all of like the stuff like Discord, YouTube, Roblox, a lot of people actually have the same username on like all of them, and then every once in a while there will be someone who just has a different username on everything, and you're trying to figure out who they are, and it's just super confusing. Where are we going? Oh, we're going to this. Like, most of the time, people share the same username, and then every once in a while, it's just someone's like, oh yeah, I've seen you in game, and you're like, who are you? And they're like, oh yeah, I'm this person. It's like, the usernames don't even match up, and it's like, oh, okay. And then, most people don't do this. But like very rarely, it's like, why don't you recognize me? It's like you have a completely different username every day of the week in Discord. And actually, this was an issue a while ago. I don't see people doing it as much now. But it used to be like really common where people would change their Discord like username and like profile picture like every other week or something, and then you just wouldn't recognize them or whatever. And it was like this. I don't know how many of you guys noticed that, but like I feel like it's stopped now. And maybe it's just I haven't really done anything, but and I'm not in like so many Discord servers, but I definitely feel like the rate of username changes has definitely slowed down. I can never beat the Gatekeeper quest. Oh, the one with you doing the Great Guardian fight? Yeah, that honestly, the Mega Boss fights in Ghost Simulator, I've said this before, I'll say this again. They're way too lag dependent and can be a pain if you don't have good FPS or a good computer or anything like that. Playing on mobile, stuff like that is just a pain for those fights. I would say I will fix it in an update, but honestly, it's such a pain. Or honestly, I haven't even looked into the mega bosses, so I don't know how much of a pain it will be to actually fix. But yeah, at some point I really do need to do something. But yeah, if you are laggy, the best way to do it is to get with people that are actually better. It's a lot harder now with people not like actively doing the Great Guardian fight that often, because like no one really grinds that stuff. If you find someone in like doing a rebirth or whatever, just tag along with them and just try to dodge attacks as best as you can and keep shooting. Don't be annoying in don't be annoying in these fights. Like even if you're laggy, you can still try. You might only shoot like once every other second or whatever, which is super slow. But you'll at least be helping or try and help. Honestly, it's not even about how good you are at the fights. It's all about how laggy your computer is with all the client-side attacks. It is obnoxious. Like you'll see me on this account. Actually, I did Great Guardian. I think like 15 minutes ago. I was super laggy. I got hit by so many attacks. But yeah, basically, I wasn't like laggy the entire time. I was only laggy during certain periods, and therefore was still able to spend the other time working on it. But yeah, it's not a skill issue being bad at those fights. It's a lag issue. And I mean, I'm sure there's some optimization that could be done, but it's not that much. Oh yeah, there are a few Ghost Simulator toys. Yeah. I haven't actually got any myself, and I honestly I don't know many Ghost Sim players who actually go buy those stuff, because like one, it's actually trading wise they aren't worth that much, mainly because of, I hate to say this, but because so many random people can be found with them, that if you want one you can just go shark, or this is how people think. They can just go shark someone out of them, which is rude, and I don't trade, guys. That's why you don't trade, is because people are rude with trading. But because you can just find randoms with them easily, that would trade them for like something cheap stat-wise. It's not uncommon for, they're really low value. Yeah, suggestions. There are some suggestions that are just like, you think are good ideas, and don't really fit with Ghost Sim. I know in games that I've played before, I don't play them enough to know what good suggestions are, and so I suggest something horrible, and I get memed on. But yeah, the thing is, when people dislike your suggestion or other stuff, it's not a, don't take it personal. Like sometimes like people are like, hey, why did you downvote my suggestion? It's not that it's your suggestion that it gets downvoted, it's just because people don't think it's going to be a good fit in Ghost Simulator. I think a good example, I know that seems silly to say, but like way too many people take like downvotes personally on like suggestions. It's not like, we're not downvoting you, we're not against you, it's just the suggestion. But yeah. Is there a bank? No, but I do actually, that is one of the few ideas that I kind of want to add at some point, because inventories can get super laggy, and like honestly, having a bank is actually a pretty good fix for that, where you could just kind of are able to like store your pets, so it isn't constantly being loaded whenever you open your inventory or when you unbox or whatever. I have some ideas to make it creative. I don't think it's going to be coming anytime soon. But yeah, there is that idea of a bank in the game that I have. It's honestly, I understand people don't like the idea. It is definitely a very simulator-ish idea, so I understand why people might not like it. But I do feel like it would improve the game a little bit to have inventory stored elsewhere. I have ideas to make it a little bit more creative, but I don't know how well those will work out anyways. And honestly, sometimes even like suggestions. I know someone posted this suggestion a while ago that I got a lot of downvotes. Where it was like, oh yeah, make Shelly easier, and everyone like downvoted it, and it's like, no, like guys, this is something that will happen. I don't care whether half of you or 95% of the community does not want Shelly to be made easier. It's going to be made easier, like regardless of. That's something I am going to do at some point. Like I don't understand it sometimes. Let me go find it. It was a while ago, but like there are some things over here where it's like, okay, like I will overrule some suggestions. Like even if a suggestion gets super popular, does not mean it will get added, and even if a suggestion is really unpopular, doesn't mean I won't add it. Yeah, honestly, Deadpool, I don't understand why people are so against that idea. I looked at it, I'm like, yeah, it probably won't happen that way. I think Adam is like kind of a rare case where it actually makes sense to have that sort of structure. But like, it isn't a horrible suggestion in any means. But yeah, it probably won't happen that way. Makimon. She is she's one of the 2 still developers on Bloxbyte. She was the creative lead for the entire game. She did a lot of the models, or a lot of the pet models. I think a lot of the board models were done by Joven. And then, yeah. She did maps too. Okay, that honestly, sometimes suggestions are, when suggestions are kind of like, oh yeah, copy this other popular game like Petsum 99, I know they have a mailbox system. I mean, yeah, it's kind of cool, but it's a lot of work to actually do that stuff. As a developer, I can confidently say that like, adding something like a mailbox is not fun to go ahead and add to the game. It takes a lot of work. Just to make sure there's no like duping or anything in works. In the world? What did we even get hit by? But yeah, copying other games, like ideas from other games, I think is fine to suggest. It's just understand like, if an idea isn't unique to like Ghost Simulator, a lot of people are just going to like downvote it just because like it feels weird to add stuff from other games like Mailbox System. There was another one that I think we got a lot. Oh, Rebirth. Back when Rebirth, before Rebirths were added, every time someone suggested Rebirths, people were like, no, please. And then Rebirths got added and we're like, wait, this isn't actually even that bad. No, there's a few other ideas that I know people downvote quite a bit. Yeah, it's not necessarily that they're bad ideas, it's just like the fact that it isn't original makes it feel weird. Oh, yeah, no, also recommending permanent perks, that will get that's like instantly no, so don't even try it. Oh, that's another thing. Yeah, thank you for reminding me. Specific suggestions are generally a bad idea. Okay, I'm trying to figure out a way to say this without specifying a specific, like, suggestion. But like, if you suggest, hey, add this certain thing that does this thing that, can be attained by this, with this NPC name, that requires these quests or whatever, is generally going to be a no, because like, it's a lot easier as a developer to be like, oh yeah, this is my own creative idea, and add it. Versus if someone's like, hey, look at all these, add something super specific. So if you say something like, oh, add this perk, that's going to get a lot better, People are going to like that a lot more than if you say, oh, add this NPC that gives this perk with like a specific NPC name, a specific type of NPC, and all that stuff. Like, I think we're on pace to finish this. It's going to be a slower fight, but honestly, this fight is super forgiving time-wise, as long as you're not too laggy, so we should be able to go ahead and defeat it in time. We're definitely not going to set any land speed records for this, but it should still be done in the 17.5 minutes that we have. Well, really, it's like 20 minutes, but, you know, those 2.5 that are at the end don't really count. Yeah, no, if you're laggy, like, any of the boss fights in this game can be pretty difficult. But yeah, the big thing about this fight is to go ahead and just keep shooting the boss. Like, even if you're getting hit like this, okay, actually, no, if you're getting hit like this, you can't do anything, but just keep equipping your vacuum and shooting, and you'll get some damage, and you'll eventually get there. Okay, can you stop with this attack? But yeah, some of the boss fights are nice that they are a little bit difficult. It's just some of the difficulty in this in the fights are like arbitrary just because of lag, which is definitely a bigger issue than it should be. But yeah, it's kind of nice when when the fights are kind of difficult the first time you try them, and you have to like do a few attempts to actually like learn some stuff. I think that was kind of the intention with Great Guardian. The problem was that like the attacks aren't actually easy to learn. Like literally, I think devs literally had to tell players, hey, you can dodge the hand grab attack by unequipping your board. Like, we literally had to be told that. It wasn't anything that someone figured out. It was literally just straight up told to us by the developers. Because that attack was in the Headless Hollows, and also with Great Guardian, it was a pain of an attack. Hey, this isn't fair. Time out. Time out. Can you catch up on your attacks, please, so I can actually see what's going on? Thank you. Can I pick it up? Thank you. Alright, this red eye has like 10 health left. Yeah, David was, David's actually, I think, been useless since he came out, which is funny. It's really bad. I should make him useful, but frankly, I can't be bothered at this moment. Like, no one does infinite quests, so making them better isn't going to be, too impactful to the game. Hey, can I get up? Thank you. Did we actually dodge an attack? Wow, we actually dodged an attack. But yeah, you don't actually need to dodge attacks on the final boss. Like, it helps quite a bit, but like, honestly, as long as you aren't too laggy, you're going to be fine. I think this attack, we're scheduled to barely beat it. It'll be like a 25 seconds left on the timer or whatever, but it should still be done. It's probably going to be like a 4 minutes left when we get to the 2:30 phase. Yeah, boss bait really, when it started out, it was a cool mechanic, but now players just get way too much of it that literally it's literally useless. Like even on this account, which I haven't paid anything for, and I'm using all of it at one point for doing both Gramps and Yuwu. I still have 72 on my main account, which I also grinded Yuwu on. I have like 100. And then I also grinded like the entire Easter event last year using full boss bait. It's actually ridiculous how much I get. All right, let's get to this thing. Yeah, no way I'm making that. I think bumping up the rewards. Yeah, I could improve the rewards. What I actually want to do is actually, I've said this before. What I'd like to do is actually make it like an alternative grind to like Rebirth or whatever, where they give like a small increase to like your currency grinding for each world or something. Along with like gems. I don't know if I will do that. It is definitely a lot of work to do that instead of just like increasing the rewards, which I can do like, you know, immediately. But yeah, honestly, it's not a high priority. I think looking at it, infinite quests don't actually need to be super useful right at the moment. People aren't grinding them anyways. But yeah, there's definitely other stuff I'd rather do, like making gem drops useful. Yeah, there it is. Making gems useful in general, I guess, instead of it just being a currency grind. Do the devs each work together, or work on separate things, or do they kind of all work together? Okay, in the original part of the game, when it was just Ghost Simulator, all 5 devs did work on Ghost Simulator. But now with like the new devs hired, me and Dark Thunder are specifically working on Ghost Simulator, whereas Maki and Goro are actually working on other stuff. And then any devs they are hired, they originally hired a programmer. I think they said they had now a creative lead and are looking for another programmer for Sentinel. So yeah, right now developers actually all work on different stuff. I work specifically on Ghost Simulator. Goro and Maki work on other stuff, like either probably on other games, since they've said they've been working on like 4 other games other than Ghost Simulator since like 3 years ago or something ridiculous like that. So Sentinel, we know one of them, but they probably have, I think, at least 2 others that we have know nothing about yet, officially. But yeah. When I say worlds affected, in the testing, that is me saying which worlds actually got updated. I should probably just say it, so it is worlds updated. So if you are pointing out, but yeah, that's just what worlds actually got affected by that update so far. Generally, I do this. Well, I do this so you guys can know which worlds to look at, in particular. But yeah. For instance, if I'm only doing like small changes or whatever, I'll only do it to main hub, so I don't have to publish all the worlds. Ouch. Whereas if like you know, I want to, whereas if I'm like pushing out updates like 5 different NPCs in all the different worlds, I'll probably publish all the worlds just so that make sure all the changes are actually working. Hey, that's rude. Oh wait, we are actually really low on time. Fortunately, we're going to get some time back really quick here. Yes, yeah, but bug fixes aren't going to be, actually all the changes aren't going to be in any of the other worlds. Okay, you gotta be kidding me. Can you stop with this attack? Like, we're low on time. I need you to stop with this attack. Why does it not work in main hub? Are you not able to test stuff in main hub? Okay, can you, like... No, don't you dare glitch on the arena. I see you're trying to do it. Yeah, it's gone. It's back. Hey, can I get back up? Thank you. Alright, how much time do we have left? 2 minutes? Yeah, we're fine. Yes, no, the drops are intentionally worse in Remnant Zone to make it a little bit more of a difficult area. Most players in there should be able to run glitchy gum to make it a lot faster, but whatever. Guys, give me more time. Alright, there we go. Yeah, yep. Alright, we gain time. Everyone loves it when you gain time. Anyways, as I said, we're going to have around 20 seconds left, hopefully, on this fight. I got a glimpse. I don't think it's fully fixed. I'll just keep trying. Okay. Yeah, I'll see about, once I get more stuff for the next update, publishing a few other areas, like maybe Backdoor. No, don't you dare lag out. No, you're lagging out, aren't you? No, wait, no, it's still here. No, it's gone. No, it's still here. Can I have my FPS test? Thank you. There we go. Actually, alright, cool. We're on good time for this. You know, definitely not the fastest final boss fight in the West, but we got it done. Yes, I am in a private server right now. Swapped over to a private server when Great Guardian wasn't available in a private. Alright, let's go use a boss gun. Use... Alright, there we go. Done with final boss. Yeah, now we need to do Void, or I guess we need to do Blaze really quick, and then we'll do Void, and then we'll, yeah, and then we'll be on to Remnant Zone. Took us an hour to go ahead and do Blaze. We didn't actually lose any of the mega bosses, which is nice. I think the first time we did it on this account, we did lose like every mega boss like twice. But you know, we ignore that. I think it's faster though. Okay. It's not fully fixed. I thought I had it. Anyways, also I think we'll go ahead and use these keys just in case. Like there's no reason really not to use these keys. All right, I haven't actually opened too much of the XC's crate. Like, I think it's like one of my least favorite crates. Hey, look at that! We got a legendary board. Anyone ready for 2 more legendary boards? Oh, whoa, Mr. Fuzz. That's actually that might be usable. I don't remember what our pet stats are at, but I think that might be just usable. Yeah, that is literally just usable. That's sick. Okay, that is a lot less hopeful. Yeah, look at that! 3 legendaries and a mythical. Beautiful. No, but we will go ahead and use this mythical. It is actually. We're going to be getting another one from Blaze, so Backdoor, correct? Yeah, we're going to Backdoor, we're going to go complete Blaze, then we're going to go to Void, and then we're going to go to Remnant Zone. We should be able to do all that today, pretty easily. You can use boss come on that boss? Yes, yeah. You can either do what I did with opening the inventory, or you can have it equipped to your gum hotkey and use it that way. Either way works. I actually do keep trying to change stuff. It's just the logic of it's actually a little bit confusing. Like, you know, it should be an easy fix, honestly. I just need to rewrite some stuff instead of trying to make it work how it currently works. It's just a lot easier for me to warrant small changes without breaking everything than it is to try to rewrite everything, because it honestly with other people's code, like, one of the things is I don't like to do is like refactor the entire thing myself to make it more readable for myself. I would prefer to just keep it in the style that they wrote it at, so like it all makes sense to like everyone and it doesn't break anything accidentally. But sometimes you just need to rewrite something. Actually, that's what I had to do for the sorting and stuff, but all right. How many lines of code are in Go Similar, roughly? The thing is, it's not in one, like, code file. Like, if anyone has programmed Roblox, you'll know that you do a lot of different scripts. All right, let's go back to Agent Blaze real quick. If I had to guess, somewhere around 10,000 lines? Yeah, probably more than that. It really really depends what you count as code, because there are some stuff, like quests, for instance. Would you consider each different quest like their entire length, or would you consider it like the difference between the code length? Because each quest can either be considered like 30 or 50 lines of code, or it can be considered 5 because there's 5 differences in it. It really depends. For sure, Mojang said they had over 1.8 million lines of code in Minecraft. Yeah, I'd believe that. Honestly, I might be drastically underestimating. Honestly, I've only seen a very small sliver. I'm probably vastly underestimated. It might be more like 50 to 100,000. If you include like all the lines. There are definitely some lines of code that I would say don't actually count as lines of code. But, you know. Alright, here we are into Remnant Zone. I think we did all the NPCs up till... No, wait, we're not going to Remnant Zone. We're going to Void. I'm trolling over here. Alright, there we go. Void! Finally in the right area. I'm like, wait, what? I don't think we're in Void yet. I think chronologically we are technically allowed to go to Remnant Zone. I think just in terms of the challenge, I prefer to do Void before touching Remnant Zone. But yeah. Ghost Simulator is amazing for how many devs are. I mean, there are currently only 2 developers working on Ghost Simulator now. They started with 5, then 2 of them stopped. Yeah, we're just going to talk to all the NPCs. Joven and Diddy, or Joven and Dylan, DXZ and Diddy, stopped first. They stopped, I think, like 2020 or something, to do other stuff. Then Coven K dropped like 2023 or something, and then they gained Royal before that, so yeah, I don't know. Oh, HTML, yeah, there is actually HTML in Ghost Simulator is the funny thing. None of it's div, it's generally spans. But yeah, there's definitely lines of code like that. Technically, I think comments count as lines of code too. So you literally have lines of code that do nothing except explain what stuff's going on in the code. And that, I think, technically counts as lines of codes when you're counting, just because it's too hard to ignore them. But yeah. What? Oh, event... Oh, you're talking about the server. No, event leaders, they only do, like, game nights in the Discord server. They are nothing in terms of, like in-game stuff. There are contributors, that do make, stuff like pets boards, sometimes for it. Sometimes do a bit more. I know Dark Thunder, before he became a dev, was a pretty big contributor. So, like, he created most of the Remnant Zone areas. I'd say all, but I don't know exactly specifics on that. But yeah, a lot of that stuff is developers, though. Oh, for anyone also, I don't know if anyone noticed this in the last update. You guys notice? Have you guys noticed that Mackie Ghosts are no longer being interfered with anything? Like, you can actually go click on all of them without any issues. Well, unless they're behind a tree. I mean, trees might be a little bit of an issue. But yeah, I fixed the last issue that was making Mackie Ghost kind of impossible to click on. So, yay. Yay for quality of life fixes. Awesome. Yeah, no, I just know that, like, there's so many small stuff that I'm just, like, fixing or whatever that is like, yeah, no, this has been annoying me for a while, but might as well go fix it while I'm here. But yeah, that's the one thing I don't know if anyone else noticed was the fix for that. It was technically included in patch notes, but it's such a minor issue that legit, like, actually no, that one and the gum one. The gum bug where if you use gum and people can see you move. Like, it's such a small visual issue. Like, you wouldn't think it's that big, but like, fixing that makes the game so much more playable for like everyone. I saw that the Mackie Ghosts were hard to click on earlier, but I haven't been in the Void World since. Yeah, it's one of those things where it's just a small annoyance, that you don't, like, when it gets fixed, you're like, oh, you barely even notice, because that's just kind of how the game should have worked from the beginning. But yeah, honestly, it took me like, I don't know, 3 minutes to fix it, so I'm not saying it's a huge deal fix. Like, oh yeah, he solved this one thing. No. Like same thing with like the gum bug. Like that thing took me like 10 minutes to fix. It only took me 10 minutes because someone had reported the same issue along with like a fix to it in the developer forums for Roblox like a week before I began looking into it. Like as I became developer, someone posted that fix. Like if they didn't do that, I wouldn't have fixed it ever. But you know, it just happens to be that there's this fix for it, just readily available as I become a developer. Otherwise I would have been stuck trying to figure out why it isn't working like Royal was for months at a time. But yeah. Yeah, no, reading patch notes is actually, that was something I did quite a bit. All right, I think that should be every NPC that I've talked to so far, so now I'm able to just go ahead and do this. Oh, have we equipped? No, we haven't equipped our second item yet. Yeah, honestly, when I saw that they're accepting applicants, I'm like, oh yeah, if I apply, I'm pretty much not like guaranteed it, but like really, realistically speaking, I was looking at it, I'm like, there's really the only reason they'd hire someone else is if they find someone that's worked on like actual Roblox games before, just like really knowledgeable and stuff. So I thought I had a fair shot at it, but. Yeah, no, it's definitely going a lot smoother than I was expecting. Like, I hadn't done any... Okay. I did a little bit of Roblox programming beforehand. Like, if anyone's seen the... Actually, no. I made, like, a little bit of a game that is horrible. Like, don't play it, guys. It's actually broken currently. It's horrible. But like I made a little bit of game, so I knew how at least some of the Roblox coding works, which means that like actually when it came to it, I knew like where Roblox documentation was. I knew how to find stuff I was looking for. I knew some of I knew how to like download Roblox Studio and stuff, which is like simple stuff. They're like, oh yeah, no, that doesn't matter at all, but it really does change quite a bit. But no, I actually enjoy it. I'm glad that updates been going smoothly. I know like every update or so, there's a pretty big bug. I think looking back, I don't think. Actually, no, I'd had one update. The one before Valentine's Day. That update went smoothly. But other than that, the other two have had pretty bad bugs in them that I've had to like quickly patch. Or Goro had a patch, I guess, in case of the first one. But yeah, definitely in terms of, I think, the player experience, though, it's definitely been an improvement. Honestly, a big part of it, though, is I have, like, way too much free time. I really need to actually get a job, to be honest. But since I don't have a job at the moment, I'm devoting probably more than I should, in some respects, be devoting to Ghost Simulator, which is really, I like it. Everyone else likes it, so, you know, for now, it's probably fine. But yeah, eventually, if I do get a job, it might slow down a little bit. I think looking at my current schedule, even if I do get like a full-time 40-hour job, which looking at jobs for software development seems sort of less likely. But yeah, even if I get one of those, I should still be able to pump out Ghost Sim content pretty consistently. I just need to either most likely just stop watching so much YouTube videos in my free time, but also probably maybe stop a little bit of my other free time stuff, like videos, making videos, which is probably not going to be the first thing to go. I actually like making videos. Can't wait for you to accidentally add a readily available dupe. Yeah, no, we're trying to not do any game-breaking bugs. That being said, if you guys do find exploits, please report them. Like, as much as I like, people, it's one of those things, if you use an exploit, you are going to get banned. If you find an exploit, you aren't going to get banned, but if you abuse it, yes, you will. I'm not actually in charge of that, though, so, yeah, don't worry, Will. Yeah, no, I think most people understand that if they find something exploity, if they use it, they'll get banned, and if they just report it, they won't. But where was I going? Okay, this topic is... Alright, cool. Coven K, 15 heated ghosts. Oh, next update. Like, there are some things for, like, next update that I can't share, but I am allowed to leak a little bit. I think the general idea is in, like, public sense, but, based on the reaction that I've seen, I think we're going to be going ahead and adding the Rebirth leaderboard that was posted on, Twitter. I don't know how many of you guys, you know, even care about the Twitter for, Bloxbite. But there was a recent question where we were trying to gauge whether or not people wanted a Rebirth leaderboard. I think we're going to be going ahead and adding one. I honestly don't think it'll be as cool as people think it should be, but it'll be there. Okay, a lot of it really depends on, a lot of it really depends, like, if, for instance, the dupe is only, like, gum somehow, I'd, probably reset people's gum if they have way too much gum, which might be probably a bad idea, saying that out loud. I don't know how easy it is to revert data in Ghost Simulator. Like, thinking about it, it's probably actually not that difficult. But yeah, reverting people's data is one of those things where it's kind of rough for all the other people. It'd probably be more likely for a bunch of people to get banned. The thing is, like, depending on how the dupe is done, it can either be really easy to figure out who's done the dupe or impossible to figure out who's done the dupe. And if it's too difficult for me to figure out a dupe, then yeah, honestly, some of it's either ban just enough people so that it isn't like an issue going forward, and then if a new one pops up that has done it, you just ban them, because with the game, it's not too much about it. Is like, oh yeah, game-breaking bug must ban everyone. No, it's just about making sure the game still stays sustainable. Like, it doesn't matter if a few people are able to slip through the cracks or whatnot. As long as the majority of the players aren't able to actually see the effects of it, it's going to be fine. Yeah, most likely we aren't going to do that. I'm not going to be touching trading, which is usually the big way that duping actually gets done, is through trading. There are ways to do it without trading, but yeah, for the most part, as long as I don't touch any big systems, like trading or how inventories are managed or whatever, it should be pretty easy to just not add any of those accidentally. And then if I do ever touch them, just be really careful about what I do to make sure the logic doesn't actually ruin too much. Alright, who's quest? But yeah, next update, I've already shared a few, I guess, okay, I've already talked a little bit about that Rebirth leaderboard. There's been a few other leaks I've posted a little bit. Some of them are a little bit more obscure than others. I think the most obvious one I've posted so far is some changes to how the settings will work in the game. Which is just so that you don't have this super long, actually this isn't even that bad. But just so that like that setting things doesn't just get arbitrarily longer, so it kind of gets capped at a certain size. But yeah, so now there'll be different sort of category settings that you can collapse and unclaps in there. But yeah. Honestly, the thing about the thing about coding and math that I really find annoying is that if you don't understand like the early part, like the logic of it, it's absurdly hard to do math and coding and stuff. Like, if you don't understand like what you're trying to do with the code, like, oh yeah, I want to make this circle move up and down. Some people will just find that really hard to be like, hey, how do I move this up and down? Whereas like the logic there of connecting, oh, to make it move up and down, I need to change its Y position incrementally up, Y position incrementally down on a loop. Like, yeah, it seems obvious like to say that, but like it's just one of those things where it's like really hard to figure out like, oh, this is what I want to do. This is how I do that in code with what I'm given. It's a logic thing that's, you can't explain that to people, and it's super hard to talk about because like for me, like that logic comes super easy. So it's like, oh yeah, some stuff's like, oh, how did you do that? It's like, it wasn't even that difficult, like some of the times. And it's like, how do you explain that to people who don't understand like the coding and stuff? That's like, yeah, no, it's actually like, you know, if you sit here and think about it for a while, you can actually pretty much do anything you want. But I don't know, it's just really annoying to see like people that are like struggling with it when it's like, knowing that like no matter what, they aren't going like ever, I don't know how to say it, but like same thing with like math, where like people don't understand math, and it's like, how do you teach math? Like, it's really hard to teach math when half of it's the underlying logic of it, where like just figuring out that, oh, this is what I want to do end result, these are the steps I need to figure out to get there, and then can't really teach that because yeah, I don't know what I'm trying to say here. I lost myself in the rant. All right, almost 3/5 of the way done with this. Then we'll have to just do a 2.5 minute fight. Actually, we should be selling. Yeah, honestly, I do agree. I think the way that items worth like the drop from ghosts and stuff is kind of cool. In terms of gum, I think the gum system's a bit broken at the moment, but it's definitely a cool system. I like the underlying ideas of gum. But yeah, the thing about like loot bags and stuff is like it is kind of there are people right now that have probably close to 10,000 of certain loot bags just chilling in their inventory because they are just so useless. Which makes it hard for me to like warrant, oh yeah, let me just go buff loot bags really quick. and then they end up being brokenly overpowered or whatever for having like 10,000 of them. And now all of a sudden the issue is worse than when it was like before, when they're useless. But yeah. Also, this Remnant piece specifically, it took me so long to go find this one. Like, I don't know what it... Actually, I do know. It's hidden behind a waterfall that wasn't even visible. Actually, I should just make this waterfall a little bit transparent. Yeah, that would solve the entire issue. Yeah, I'll probably do that in the next update. Just so I know, I got stuck on that. I could not figure out that it was behind that waterfall for the life of me. I think someone literally had to tell me from chat, and it was like, oh, wow, okay. I think the waterfall's fine. No, it's just going to be made slightly transparent so people can see through it, so people don't get stuck in the void. I think by the time people get to void, they're generally able to go search it up or ask someone, but they shouldn't get stuck on it. You had a skill issue? Yeah, no, I'm not the only one that had skill issues. I've had other people say this same exact thing. I mean, yes, it might be partially a skill issue, but it's not just me that's having it. And honestly, if that many people have it, it should just get fixed. Everyone knows that there's something behind a waterfall. That is actually partially true, and I can't really refute that at all. It's just... There's no game that has nothing behind a waterfall. I'm sure there is a game. Yeah, the models are actually cool with all the lit bags and stuff. Actually, okay, I shouldn't say this. There is a cool looking loot bag coming out next update. It has a really cool design. That is all I'm going to say. That was way too much information, but yeah. Also, alright, I guess while we're back here, we might as well go sell. There's no good games with nothing behind waterfalls. Yeah, okay, sure. Keep saying that. I think the one thing about it is it won't be tradable, so it's not something that you'll actually easily be able to collect. But yeah, you'll at least be able to get one of them. There's only 4 people watching that will keep it secret. Yeah, nah. I'll just stick with vague on some stuff. There are definitely, like, that's definitely one of the things I really should not say anything about, but... Just because it'll be cooler if you guys, for people to figure that out on their own. Or figure it out when it comes out. There are some things to leak, like quality of life updates. Oh yeah. Letting you guys know that a certain bug has been patched. I'll do that way before the update actually comes out. Like letting you guys know that the godly messages you will now be able to toggle off if you're unboxing. Which will be fun, which people will find super helpful. That I'm perfectly fine saying out loud because, well, one, I've already kind of hinted at it in the Discord server, and 2, people will actually find that cool. They'll be like, "Oh, cool, that's nice in the next update," and then when it comes out, they'll be like, "Oh, this is nice." Whereas if you say something like, "Oh yeah, this is what's coming in the next update," like in terms of new content, it's sort of like, "Oh yay, new content that I already knew existed a week ago." It's not as exciting. I think with quality of life and bug fixes, it's exciting to hear that it's being fixed, and it's also exciting to see that it was fixed, or whatever. But yeah. But like in terms of mouse or like in terms of keyboard, because I generally play Ghost Simulator with both my hands. But yeah, I'm right-handed. I'm, you know, normal like everyone else, actually. And so it's right hand on the mouse, left hand on the keyboard. My mouse, yeah. Generally, mouse is what you consider, but in terms of like keyboard, you do use a lot of your other hand for like PC games. I think it makes me more excited for the update to come. Yeah, I mean, there's ways to see about it, but that's generally my rule of thumb for like what I can say about future updates. Is be kind of vague about new content. Feel free to say whatever has been fixed has been fixed. Oh, there are some mice that are kind of like both-handed, where you can use it on both your left or your right hand pretty easily. I know on my mouse that I use for whenever I'm streaming because of the webcam, it's actually pretty symmetrical, so it can technically be right or left. And I think there's a setting if you open it up in like the Bluetooth where you can kind of like switch like which is the main click, which is the left click or right click or whatever. But yeah, my other mouse is symmetrical too. I mean, it has these buttons on the side for back and forward like most mouse, but other than that, it's pretty symmetrical. Yeah, this is the mouse I use when I'm not streaming. Basically, my webcam takes up a USB slot, so this is a USB mouse, so I can't actually use this because I'm out of USB slots. So I have a Bluetooth mouse for when I do streaming stuff. But yeah, we are now good to go ahead and do the nice little maze in here that I have definitely not done 1,000 other times. Oh yeah, okay, your mouse is also symmetrical and you've toggled that primary. Okay, yeah, I know that's actually a very common feature in mice. Not as common for them to be symmetrical. I think it's, I mean, looking at my mice, it is probably more common than I think. But yeah, there's definitely some left versus right-handed mice. Does B-Slick still work on the music? B-Slick gets hired for whenever, or for music at some point. I don't know. I think he did some stuff for Sentinel. So I think that he still does stuff for Bloxbite. I think they still hire him for stuff. But yeah, it's more of, he doesn't actually like work on the game. He's just, every once in a while they hire him for stuff. But yeah, I don't know if there will be more fire music in Ghost Simulator. Actually, maybe for the next Mega Boss fight, there might be, but... Alright, there we go. Got Boy's Void Cane. And we should be able to just go ahead and... Everyone ready to go ahead and complete 30 quests at a time? Yeah, no, the music, honestly, I think... Like, music and how the UI works in Ghost Simulator, or in any game, actually makes and breaks it. Like, if you look at this, like, the tween with, like, how the inventory opens, like, it's such a small feature, like, you wouldn't think that this matters, but it makes a huge difference. Like, same thing with, like, a lot of the other stuff in the game. I think with me being laggy right now, it's kind of hard. I think the journal doesn't actually tween, but, like, all this stuff, like, tweens and stuff. So, like, just the visual, how the game looks, just makes or breaks it. Which is kind of why it's super important for me to actually make the UI look good. For anyone who saw the beta version of the journal, they can know that I can really mess up UI. And so that's going to be one of the things that, like, it's going to be like, oh yeah, I need to work kind of extra hard on making sure UI actually looks good. But yeah. UI and music and stuff, even though it doesn't actually affect the game, will make and break games a lot. Like, if you have really fire music in your game, it will make the players so much more interested in it than if you just have boring music. Same thing with, like, UI. If your UI is a pain to use, your game will feel bad, and if it's, like, really clean, it'll make the game feel a lot better. Yeah, I mean, It's a 3-cycle boss, unlike all the other, unlike Great Guardian. It also is a lot easier to like vacuum stuff. I think it's now a 2.5-minute fight. It used to be a 3-minute fight. But yeah, it's kind of meant to be super easy. I think according to like the story of it, I'm not 100% sure on this one, so don't quote me on it. But I'm pretty sure according to the story of it, like this is Bo just pretending to be a threat, and so he kind of made the fight pretty easy. Like he goes easy on the player or whatever. Just enough to be like look like a threat to all the NPCs to make them stop fighting each other for a little bit and think. Okay, we got hit again. But just easy enough so that like the player doesn't actually struggle too much with it. Also, with like in terms of game design, with it dropping a key, it doesn't actually like. With the crate system, you need so many keys to get like the godly or the class side or whatever from it. That it really, if the fight was too much longer, it'd be way too much of a pain to actually get those stuff. So that'd be kind of meaningless. But yeah, there's Ghost Hunter Bow. Here's Crown unlocked. And yeah, now we need to go talk to all of these NPCs to turn them in, and then we can head over to Remnant Zone. There we go, Agent Blaze. Burns. The vertical movement, that's nothing. I am jumping after I teleport or whatever. I mean, yes, I think it could be fixed, but I don't think it's going to be a huge deal. Well, it's really bright outside. Did you guys see that? Like, all of a sudden, like, the sun came out or something. It's also, like, snowy right now outside, so a lot of reflectance, too, but... My goodness. I don't know if you guys saw that. Like, all of a sudden, it just got super bright from the window. Actually, can you guys see the window from there? Oh, yeah, you guys can. You definitely saw that all of a sudden. Change it. Yeah, I might fix it. I don't... Yeah. Yeah, it was basically instant. Yeah. It was really weird. Will the realm be resetting in 1.21/22? Probably. Based on how dead it is, I'll probably reset it to something. The question here is, do you guys want something similar to what we had last time with like the chunk lock? Like some different sort of challengey or unique-ish idea with realm, or like back to normal vanilla? What realm? Oh, I have an ongoing Minecraft realm thingy. It's not super important, but yeah. Yeah, I definitely agree. I think honestly, no, even with vanilla, it gets boring after a while. But yeah, if you guys want a different gimmick, or if you guys want back to vanilla or whatever, yeah, it'll probably be resetting on the next update. I can't add mod packs to a realm. I think that's one of... Actually, is that one of the things I can't do? I might actually be able to do mod packs. I don't know what the limitations for realms are, though. Alright, and here we go. Last quest. And then we have this. And we get to see what our rebirth time was. Anyways, here we go. Finish. Paths open. Path to choose. Jump into the void. Alright, it only took us 84 days to go ahead and rebirth. Probably the fastest rebirth you guys have ever seen, correct? 84 days? Yeah, not quite showing off the fact that that thing can actually display more units than this can. Like, actually, this timer's still going, I know that. But like, this timer caps on at 99 days. This timer will actually go like infinite amount of days. But yeah, anyways, let's go complete this quest, jumping into here and then teleporting back up. Boom. Don't even need to trigger the rebirth thing. Oh yeah, no, if you want to join that realm, you can go ahead and submit a Google form on the... I have it in my Discord. Or, you know... I hate saying that's in my Discord. I don't know. I don't know what it is about saying stuff. I don't like telling people, oh yeah, you guys can join my Discord server or my Roblox group. Actually, no one joins Roblox groups. It just literally does not happen. But I don't know. It just feels weird. Even though it is my content and my stuff, it just feels weird to say people join that. But yeah. Vein Miner, and what am I looking at? Oh, okay. I believe I do know what both of those two are. I was about to say I don't really know mods. But JEI is that helpful stuff for giving you all the crafting recipes, and then Vein Miner I think is pretty obvious. But yeah, I don't think we're going to do Vein Miner. I think the one thing I don't like about... Actually, no, Vein Miner might be cool. I'll see if I can add mods. It's actually, is it in the description? It's generally in the description of these videos, but I might not have it in the hard mode for whatever reason because it got deleted from the copy paste. Yes, it is in the description of the video, along with my Roblox group. No one joins the Roblox group though, so you're fine ignoring that one. I've played Minecraft for 11 years. Yeah, honestly, the Minecraft realm is super dead most of the time, so it's not like something super fun. Every once in a while I'll do videos on it, but yeah, it's not something super important. But yeah, honestly, Vein Miner might be really cool. Like, I know it breaks a lot of like what Minecraft stands for, like with like slowly doing stuff. But yeah, it'd be kind of cool. I just don't know if I can add it, so I'll see about if I can. Anyways, we are here now into Remnant Zone finally on this cap. This is our first time in Remnant Zone. As you can see, we are done with all the other worlds. And yeah, it'll be interesting to see how fast we can go through here. I might actually have to go do some, for the most efficient, going and grinding for some more like glitchy loot gum. But for now, I think we're going to be going ahead and working with just the basic loot gum. Seeing if that can progress as fast enough. I was able to use JEI client side on a realm. Okay. Yeah, I mean, there are some mods that are client side, which is nice. But yeah, having them both client side and server side or whatever is generally better. Just join. Yeah. Go ahead and fill that out. I'll try to remember to fill it, to add you in like once I'm done with the stream or whatever, if you fill out the form. Otherwise, if it's been like a day or two or and you haven't been added, go ahead and ping me. The current realm is kind of weird, so maybe it's kind of a different idea than normal Minecraft, but whatever. Hopefully it isn't too weird to join. Anyways, there we are. There we go. I don't know why we instant complete that quest. I think it was items or something. Oh, shoot. Recipes. Just a second. I think it's actually going to be better for us. Do we have a lucky gum? We do have a, oh, yeah. Actually, how much were these? No, we can unbox what, like 16 crates? Yeah, no reason for us to burn lucky gum on that. Yeah, okay. I think for this, we're just going to go ahead and go to main hub to go grab the white cat, black cat, and unicorn that we need for that crafting recipe. That does remind me that I do need to change how that hint description is for at least that second recipe, so it's kind of like a lot more explanatory, like literally just in your face, hey, use a unicorn as his pet. But yeah, that is something I do need to figure out the crafting recipe though. Anyways, I believe white cat's here, black cat's in pet crate 3, and unicorns in pet crate 3. I probably have like white cat or a black cat already. Actually, no, I've auto delete commons off. There we go, got the white cat. Black cat. The unicorn is in here, correct? Is the unicorn not in here? No, unicorn's in crate 1, isn't it? Yeah, okay. Join the Roblox group as well. Who cares about Roblox groups, to be honest? Like, honestly, I don't think anyone, like, there's really nothing going on in that Roblox group. There's no reason for people to join it. The only reason it exists is just so that I have it, and also somewhat merch stuff. So in case I want to in the future make a lot of merch or whatever. Right now I do have like one thing right now in there, but in the future I might want to add a few more in case like a lot of people care about it. But honestly looking at it, like there's really no reason to even have merch in a sense. Okay, how long does it take to get a unicorn? %10 bonus luck? No, I don't have 10% bonus luck. Oh, you don't? Oh, I see. Yeah, no, that's not how my Discord works, or that's not how my Roblox works. It's not connected to the game at all. Yeah, no, that's something entirely different. All right. That's awesome. Yeah, no. It's not. It's me. It's me. Okay. Actually, that being said, I'm really bad at art and stuff. Like you guys, I mean, I'm a programmer. You don't expect me to be good at art. So don't expect very high quality merch. That being said, the one merch on there is actually right now it's fire. The shirt or whatever. It's actually not a bad looking shirt in my opinion. Which, you know, might be a little bit of bias from me being the maker of it, but you know. And honestly, like the fact that it says highest gaming, I think it's one of those things that people just won't buy it. Honestly, it just exists, so I knew how to do it more than anything. Like it was more of something that I created so that, oh yeah, this is how I can create merch if I need to in the future, and just proof of concept. Like there's a lot of stuff like that I kind of do, like where it's just not really me doing it because I want it to be long term, but because I think, oh, this would be cool. I wonder how I do this. I think an example of this is I created a GIF at one point, which took me forever to do, and I did it like the wrong way or whatever. But by creating that GIF, there we go. We got the unicorn finally. But by creating that GIF, it's a really cool GIF now. It took forever to make, but it exists. And so if I ever in the future needed a GIF for stuff, I had one, which actually I have used it before. But yeah, a GIF, yeah, GIF. I'm not saying GIF. I am going to say GIF. Oh, we've already converted all of our active tokens. That's slightly obnoxious. Alright, back to Remnant Zone for crafting. Actually, do I have that easily accessible? No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't open. Okay, thank you. Every time I open something, I forget that I'm sharing the screen of my thing, so I'm always slightly worried that I'll accidentally open it on screen or stuff, because, like, you know, my computer has my username everywhere when I'm opening stuff. Let me see if I can find that. Pictures, save pictures. This is probably going close. Yeah, there it is. It's slightly scuffed. You guys, like, there's one or two transitions that are just weird on it, due to, like, me swapping some stuff. But yeah, look at it. It's a cube. Anyways, back to Ghost Simulator. No. Yeah. You guys do not want to know how long it took me to create that. Alright, let's go search for cats. Black cat. Unicorn. There we go. Fluff kitties. It would take me, I guess, 20 minutes. Oh, I think that took me over an hour. I think. I don't know. It took me quite a bit of time to make that. I think looking back, I could do it a lot faster. Because the way I did it, I saved every single frame as a picture. Whereas I could have done it in GIMP, just having each frame as a separate thing, which would have made it like 1,000 times quicker. Not quite 1,000 times quicker, but like 10 times quicker or whatever. And not like would have made it cleaner too and all that stuff. Yeah. I was originally going to have some turning animations too, but then I realized that would quite literally double the amount of frames I needed, and like quadruple the amount of work I need. So I decided to give up on that and just have it really quickly shift to the position it needs to be at. But yeah. But no. I created it because I could. I didn't think about how efficient or what I'd use it for, but yeah. This is a lot of durian bunnies. What should you take for your 4th rebirth? Once you have all the permanent ones of Master Hunter, Ghostly Vision, and Lucky Eyes optionally, the best strategy is like really the only reason to rebirth is to grind gems more or to get crit keys. Like that's the only 2 reasons you go ahead and rebirth. Is for better gem grinding potential or for crit keys. So with that in mind, the best way would be to go ahead and grab Tycoons to increase the amount of currency you can get from worlds, to increase the amount of currency that you can convert to gems originally. I think the GIF is awesome. Yeah, no, I'm a bit biased because I created it, but I definitely turned out really cool. And I actually ended up using it in one of my unbox 3 pets from Pet 15. Yeah, we can afford that, barely. But yeah, I ended up using it in one of my college classes actually as like a loading thing, which is because it works really nice as a loading thing. And that was not planned at all. It was just like, oh yeah, I have this GIF that works perfectly for a loading thing. And I have a website that needs to have a loading thing to let people know that, hey, yeah, this thing is loading. So it worked out really nicely for that. Yeah, no problem. I think rebirths is one of those things where honestly there isn't actually that much that you can do wrong in your rebirths. Like, okay, I'm not even pressing T. Why are you using my gum? Purchase the honey vacuum. Okay, we haven't even sold. We probably should have sold before. Is that enough for the honey vacuum? No. Okay, guys, we might be here a while getting currency for this. Actually, no, we have X-Gum. We can just X-Gum it. No, don't worry about going and creating one yourself. Like, guys, that's not something to... Creating Rubik's Cube GIFs is not something that you need to go ahead and figure out how long it takes you to do. I don't doubt that you could take... I'm sure someone could create that in like 5 minutes. Like really easily with like the correct tools. 20 minutes, super easy. Like I'm sure if I did that again, I could create it in 20 minutes. But yeah, no, it's... Couldn't make it better. Don't doubt that. Yeah, because the way I did that, there's this one video on, I watched it at one point on YouTube, where I was like, oh, what if you solved the cube, but instead of doing like left turns, you did like 19 turns instead, so that you could end up doing those 19 turns and then 1 left turn. So I just kind of copied that algorithm, and then actually turned a cube each way, sat it down, copied all the faces, and did that like for every single turn on it. And it was like, it was super tedious, but it worked. But yeah, you can definitely do it some other way with like actually using like either a better algorithm. Ooh, we have Ghost Division bosses. Stuff like that. Instead of, you know, copying from the cube, just use like reference instead. A lot of stuff you can do for that. Yeah. What's a good software to use once you have all the images? GIMP has a built-in image to GIF if you just save stuff as layers. Otherwise, if you have them as images, you can go ahead and use online tools like a GIF maker. I just searched up GIF maker and used whatever site. But yeah, if you have those, you can use either of those 2 things. I'm sure if you have any other advanced image editing Maybe even Paint has GIF now that you can save as. I know they added a few features to that, like actual having transparency. But yeah, online, just search up online image to GIF or whatever, and you should be able to find something where you can upload the frames. Alright, how much X gum do I have? I have 16. Okay, we can go ahead and burn it one glitchy X gum just to see how much we get. Oh, perfect. Insert thing about honey vacuum actually being useless. Also, I think with us doing quests, it's going to actually be quite a bit easier for us to actually do the antenna upgrades, because we will be required to grab so many ghosts already. Like that's actually one of the things about going through areas, is that yes, it is slower to do NPCs at the same time as you go through an area. Like, it will take you longer to go through the areas, but it will make it actually like a lot less tedious, because you'll have the NPC done at the same time, and you'll have to have grabbed ghosts for the NPCs, which will give you items for upgrading your antenna and whatnot. So it actually ends up being kind of a net neutral. It's the best group you've seen. Yeah, it's so, I think I have a whole, super organized with a whole, like, 2 groups with it, with, like, one for me and then one for everyone else. Just absolutely gorgeous. No. Yeah, no, just some things like that, like, so sometimes it's, I don't need to overcomplicate stuff. Like my Discord group, for instance, there's like, there's quite literally like 5 roles in it. It doesn't need more. It doesn't need too many bots. There's a lot of bells and whistles that you start adding, and it just overcomplicates how complicated stuff needs to be. Like, don't need levels. You don't need any of that stuff for Discord groups, really. Yeah, it's one of those things where, like, I don't use them, to be honest. I don't use my Roblox group at all. But just having it is something to be like, oh, if someone asks about it, it's like, yeah, no, I have that. Even if it doesn't change, like, anything, but yeah, it will get better. I mean, it won't get worse, that's for sure. Collect 50 butterflies. That one's doing me. Hard earned. Alright, here we go. Upgrade our antenna. How are we on items? Well, we just gave 50 butterflies, so we're kind of low on those. I think realistically looking at it, we have about 45 minutes left. We're probably going to get through hearts today. I think hearts will take probably around an hour. And then probably next stream, get spades and diamonds done. And then the stream after that will be working on Queen, probably get most of Queen done then. Yeah, what we're probably going to get through Remnant Zone probably by episode 33, so 4 more streams, or 3 more streams, I guess. No, that's 4. 30, 31, 32, 33. Yeah, honestly, yeah, stealing is griefing. The way I generally play Minecraft, like, as multiplayer is, like, literally, okay, and it's kind of translated to the current server, but that's more of just because it's a challenge server, so it's kind of more cooperative. Generally, the way I play is, like, super nice is the thing, so, that ends up being, like, the go-to, like, generally there will be, like, storage spots, or storage chests just publicly available for people, to, like, take stuff from or use stuff. In the current one, it's a giant community, area at the center that everyone can use. Yeah, so, a lot of, a lot nicer stuff is generally what I prefer to play as. So yeah, it should be pretty good. As I said, stealing is definitely griefing. It's just kind of hard to figure out who stole stuff. Sometimes. Other times, people leave a trail or whatever. But yeah, don't steal. If you do need to use someone else's stuff, just ask. If you fall in lava, ping Deadbull, he'll come save you. Unless you're Deadbull and then you ping me. But yeah. You know, it's generally it's going to be cooperative based servers. Yeah, that's just the current server, the random rules you created that, honestly, I don't know how long they're lasting. Like this server will probably, end before we actually have taxes set up. Which seems to be the one thing that you're trying to push really hard for. But yeah, we're getting pretty close on antenna parts, so probably have the butterflies we need already. That's not my rules. You signed them? Yeah, I did sign them. So yeah, they are technically the server rules, but they only really apply to this current one. And it's more of a joke that I'm signing them anyways. But yeah. No, they do technically exist. I'm not continuing, not gonna lie. Can we make shops? Yes, you can make shops. Thing is, just note that our player rate is less than 1 person per day. So you might not have anyone use your shop for years at a time. So just bear that in mind when you do start doing stuff. You might not have anyone actually use the stuff you create. You'll be making another one next round? I might not sign the one next round. Yeah. No, that's fine. Just understand that, like, one, it is a lot of random people, so some people might not do that, which would be considered stealing and griefing and whatnot. And two, as I said, it's kind of a dead server, so depending on how active the current realm is or how recent it is, you might not have anyone actually buying stuff. Yes, you will. I think you overestimate my willingness to go along with memes. Okay, right now we are kind of stuck a little bit. Yeah, probably when 1.21 comes out or whatever the next version of Minecraft is. I'll probably update the realm. Maybe see about adding some of the stuff that you were talking about, like Vein Miner. I think Vein Miner would be kind of cool for the realm. Just something super simple, still vanilla-ish, but a little bit more advanced. There we go. Yeah, look at that. Perfect. There we go. Now you just need to go grind 95 more. Yeah, who's exiling me though? Have you thought about this? Anyways, back to grinding. Honestly, these item drops aren't even that bad. I know we're in Area 1 and it's taking us like, I don't know, 20 minutes to get through it. I think the worst part about it is this quest doesn't actually do the normal Tenno things. I can actually change that pretty easily now. It's just, I don't know if I want to. Who plays on it the most? In the current one, it was kind of, Deadbull, Dionysus, and who else? Who else was the other person? And me-ish? I didn't play as much as some of the other people, but it was mainly Deadbull and Dionysus. It really depends on what realm it is. I'm always somewhat active as I do a few streams and videos at the start of most of them. And then stop when I get bored. But yeah. Yeah, but who's going to set up the law enforcement? If the things haven't been signed, there isn't any law enforcement yet. But yeah, generally there's a wide variety of people that play a little bit. It's just one of those things that Minecraft worlds are, they take quite a bit of time to have fun on them, and it's like, honestly, there isn't too much of a difference between the realm and people making their own, like, own survival world or whatever, so, not really as much reason to play them as you'd think. You're like, oh yeah, it's a multiplayer survival experience. There's not that much multiplayer going on. There's definitely more interesting servers out there. Also, would you guys like it for a lot of the quests? I don't know if I'll make it so that second arc does this. Sorry, the main hub second arc does this. But like the ones in Remnant Zone, would you guys prefer if like the item requirements were actually treated like how they are in like all the other quests, where they don't take the items and don't actually require you to have the items after you upgrade your antenna level? Because I've actually added that in feature-wise for the new quest system or whatever in Ghost Simulator, so it is possible to have it work that way. I don't know if enough people care about that to warrant actually changing it, especially with some of the stuff like Remnant Zone, where everyone's already done with Remnant Zone basically. Yes, 100%. I think that'd be great. Yeah. Okay. Noted. It's just one of those things that, like, yeah, it seems like, yeah, you should do that. But it's also one of those things that, not that many people are actually affected if I do change it, because everyone's already done all these NPCs. I think the ones in main hub or whatever are fine as is. just because it is kind of like an added difficulty on top of the antenna upgrade. You have to actually turn in the items for it, but I think for Remnant Zone, it does make sense since it is kind of just upgrading your antenna quests, similar to how the other ones work, to not have it. That's at least my idea. People can go complain about it however they want. Okay, 95 antenna parts is kind of getting annoying. We've been here for like 7 minutes. Which is actually not that bad. I mean, if it was 7 minutes for every single zone, that's like an hour to get through the areas. It's not that bad. Like, even with the NPCs, we should be through here in like 10 hours. Which, looking back on it, is actually faster than what we went through main hub, I think. Yeah, how long was it for me to get through main hub? I think it was close to 10 to 15 hours. Yeah, that's actually not a bad idea. Having quests give like stuff like loot gum is actually something I think people would find useful. It wouldn't be like super game breaking. One of the things I kind of want to do is like start adding like perks to some of the NPCs. Like I know it sounds like weird, but go back and like look at, oh yeah, Queen. Okay, Queen. Now you have a perk. Now you give people this cool little perk. Maybe not. It might be a little bit too much work, but I think it'd be cool just to go ahead and go back and do that. That being said, I think the next NPC that gets added in Remnant Zone, if we do add one, we'll probably have a perk. I just need to make sure that my idea for a perk actually works well with that NPC. Also, stuck. We've been... There we go. Look at that. We got leveled up an atom. It took 12 hours of stream time. Oh, that's brutal. Finish main hub first time. Yeah. Yeah. Like, that's the thing. Even if this takes us... This isn't actually going to take us longer than main hub. The thing is, that also included stuff like Luna and Agent Blaze, but we will also be doing Associate Archie and Jack on this one. So, you know, it'll be interesting to see how those two compare with all that stuff, all the NPCs. Because, like, even realistically speaking, someone going through here could use something like glitchy loot gum and probably make it faster than us, which is just using basic loot gum. No, that's a bad idea. That is a really bad idea. People would go too fast. Also, the extra walk speed isn't actually double. It's like 1.2, 1.3x. It's not actually that fast. But yeah, honestly, I think a perk like increasing walk speed isn't a like great idea per se. Using basic loot gum as I'm not using, yeah, no, it does expire every once in a while. And I sometimes forget to renew. All right, we are actually getting close now to the just need 3 more drops. And in that time, we have gotten 135 butterflies. I've been thinking about this. People have complained about the drops. Would people complain less about the drops if the drop amounts were like 1 instead of 2, but like the drop rates are 2x? Or would people complain about it just as much? Because like, on one hand, like, that's not something I really want to do. I think it's best just to leave it as is until I do any big reworks. But it's also something that I could do technically really easily that would actually fix it. Or that would address some of the issues. But yeah, here we are. More ghosts. Probably going to sell with Exum at the end of this and then upgrade our vaccine packs. Yes! There are no permanent perks being added. I am not adding any more permanent perks. And if... honestly, I joke about this. I'm legitimately, it's one of the things I might do. Removing the permanent magnet ability. I think that's a little bit too bad of bad of an idea. But I don't think I'm going to do that yet. But no, it's on. I think it's more on the table than I want to admit. About actually remove. I hate the idea of make everything permanent. It's just so one, it's unoriginal, and two, it really defeats the purpose of a lot of the earlier part of the game. Like having that permanent magnet, no one does Jesse anymore. I mean, no one was doing Jesse beforehand, but like it just, yeah. Don't you dare remove permanent magnet. I'm most likely not. I think looking at it, there's not really a good reason to. Like a lot of the stuff, I'm like, oh, I want to change that. I realize, yeah, there's not really a reason to do it. It doesn't actually. It's going to hurt the game more than it helps to balance it out like that. Also, there are so many Durians. Why are there so many Durians? Don't you? Yeah, this is why it's not worth it to remove it. Just the backlash would be so much worse than actually just leaving it as is. I think realistically speaking, the best I could do is make it like a nerfed version of Magnet, where like the items just crawl towards you or whatever, or maybe add like a range. Ooh, that sounds like a cool idea. But even those I don't think really make too much sense to do. Yeah, there's so many Durians. They're all Durians. Oh, I should have sold with Exum. I forgot to do that. Oh well. We're gonna have plenty of other opportunities. Do not touch it. Yeah. Anyways, if I was going to do it, that's probably what I would do is nerf how good it is. Either by doing a range limit, so it works like similar to an actual magnet, or making it slower or whatever. Not actually permanently removing it from the game. I just that's my opinion on stuff like that. Just... permanent perks are bad and are overused. No, I'm not nerfing Yoko. Honestly, I think it's like a... Realistically speaking, it's actually really close to even for endgame. And actually for most players, I think it doesn't actually... I think it actually speeds it up with the new changes. But yeah. Turn it into a rebirth perk? No. I'm not adding more rebirth perks that are like, oh yeah, you can skip this NPC, you can skip this NPC, you can skip this NPC, you can skip this NPC. That's really cheap rebirth perks. I think I've said ideas for the rebirth perks I want to add in the future. It's just some of those not easy enough to add. Just hate the level ones. Yeah, honestly, the level ones, just use commons. It's actually, I mean, it takes like 5 minutes to do a common, up to like level 7. Because even with the even with the fact that it has 4 different level up quests, it actually only requires, it goes up like the levels are each consecutive. So it's like level 2, level 3, level 5, level 7, level 10. So you don't actually need to have multiple pets. You just need to get 2 commons. So you make a pet team with 2 commons in it, and then you just level those up to level 3. You switch back over. Next level up quest, you swap back, get them up to level 5 or 7 or whatever. And it actually works out really nicely, especially since the last quest only requires you to go up to like level 10, but it also requires 7 bosses. So with those 7 bosses, it's pretty much, actually before when it was 5, it was actually like perfectly the correct math. But like doing those bosses will give you the XP to get those to level 10 if you have the pet team equipped. So assuming you aren't like doing the minimum amount of work for the bosses, but yeah. Yes, yeah, no, godlies are significantly harder to level up than commons. So if you look at this for level 1, 10 XP for a pig to get up to level 2. For a wolf, it's 15, or 25 actually. So you're losing so much time if you aren't using a common. Sorry, let me just swap over to level. So yeah, fox, level 1, 10 XP. Godly, level 1, 200 XP. Oh, it gets worse. Mythals, 400. Classifieds and corrupteds, I think, are 800 or 1,000, and then divines are 2x that, so like 2,000. Yeah, do not use godlies. Do not use anything other than commons. There are some quests that do require just godlies, but those are mainly the pet level quests of Joven, Dylan, those quests where they do require specific pets. Fortunately, none of those actually do require it to get high. It's like, I think level 4 for a godly at the most. And never does it require you to level up a mythical or a classified, so you should be good. I've been using an old godly to get to level 10. Oh, that's why it's pain. Oh, that's... that will, that is, yeah. Honestly, it is one of those things, some of these features, like, actually, talking to the devs, they pointed this out, honestly, older players notice a lot more features than new players do. Like, even, like, the teleport to, like, a boss, event, new players might not even realize that there is that option to have a portal up here next to the timer, for, like, bosses. Same thing with, like, races and stuff. It just doesn't exist. Like, it's a knowledge gap, and it's really hard to, like, actually, teach players all that stuff. Like, you just have to hope that they learn it on their own. You can design the game so it's easier to learn on their own, but, like, the general design is, it's better to have the game designed in a way that makes it easy to figure it out, rather than, straight up telling the player how it works, because, no one reads dialogue. I'm fairly sure once you get halfway through Adam, you stop reading dialogue. I think that's where I stopped reading dialogue. I'm fairly sure that's where most new players will stop reading dialogue. Should implement more tutorials? No! No one likes tutorials! Like, yes, they help teach you stuff, but it's just annoying to go through a tutorial. Like, it's slow. And, like, half the stuff the tutorial tells you, like, most players figure out on their own, like, I don't know, Minecraft games, like, oh yeah, we can figure out very easily, oh yeah, we need to dig that thing, to, you know, progress. It's a fairly easy thing to figure out, oh yeah, I can mine gravel, sort of deal, or I can craft that. Yeah, no, we figured that out. Like, literally speaking, you literally need to, like, hint, like, 1 or 2 things for most players. Like, you don't need to explain like, sometimes you do need to explain a lot. But most of the time, it's literally, like, 1 or 2 things that you literally just need to tell them, and they're like, oh, okay, I understand everything now. everything makes sense, and they'll be able to do the rest of the hour or whatnot themselves. But yeah. Get a common pet? No, it doesn't need to explicitly state common pet. I'm fairly sure one of the NPCs does explain that like lower tier pets take, or higher tier pets take more XP to get up, and then how XP works. I just don't know which one it is. I'm thinking it is Jillian, so one of the NPCs that most people aren't going to do, honestly. Alright, how close are we to our antenna upgrade? We have our parts. For the leaves, we are a little bit away from those. But yeah, it's one of those things where, like, honestly, most of you guys play without hints on, correct? Most of you guys go into your settings, you go to disable chat hints, and it's enabled. Yeah, it could be as easy as adding a chat hint to be like, hey, rarer pets will take more XP to level up, and new players will be able to figure it out. Like, it's something that could be solved that easily. Like, most players would be able to see that. The thing is, most people will turn off chat hints really quickly in the game. I think chat hints start getting annoying before you read them all. I have arrow hits on, not chat hints. No, that's actually exactly what I do. On my main account, I have my quest arrows enabled and chat hints disabled. Or, I guess, disabled chat hints enabled. At least until next update. Next update, it's actually being swapped around to be chat hints enabled or disabled, instead of enabled chat or disabled chat hints enabled. Where it's kind of a double negative. Have my chat hints on? Yeah. A lot of they start on for new players, and like until you find them annoying, you usually leave them on. But generally, you stop reading them before they get annoying. So, you know, it's not super helpful, but it's not like people are going to read them, but yeah, there is an NPC that says something. I don't think there's too much more that needs to be done for that. That being said, there is also stuff that people don't. Sorry, that was, excuse me. I don't read them because I didn't know there was a setting for it. Yeah, no, that is. There's a lot of hidden things in Ghost Simulator that players like. It's actually all games. It's very common for your stuff in games to just be hidden. Whereas like, oh yeah, and then once you find them, you'd be like, oh yeah, that helps a lot. I don't know of another example off the top of my head. But yeah, settings are a good example of that. There's generally other stuff like where people aren't able to find it really easily, and therefore it makes it kind of difficult. Alright, what are we doing? We are selling with Bascom. There we go. Hex. Can I afford the next one? No, I can. Can I afford the one after? Almost. Alright, I think we go really quickly get that floral. Skip the pack. I think you should change those into live trade, into the trade menu. I understand that. No, it's just a lot of work to add settings in different places. Oh, look at that. Perfect. Upgrade our antenna. I understand that, like, dividing up the settings, like, correctly. It's just, as I said, a lot of work to go ahead and do that. Adding a setting like that actually requires quite a bit of underlying work, and then it also kind of breaks up some of the consistency with the game, like where before it's like, oh yeah, all your settings are in one place. Now if you want to go enable trade settings, you have to go into trades, which, you know, is, I mean, might make more sense, but also makes less sense in some ways. Alright, let's go sell really quick, upgrade our pack. And we'll go ahead and do diamond. I think we'll go work on diamond really quick. I think I overestimated how much of hearts I'd get done. We have about 15 minutes left in this stream before I want to end it. And looking at our time, yeah, we're probably going to get about halfway, actually a little bit more than halfway through hearts, and like 4 quests done on diamond. Which isn't going to be that helpful. Yeah, I think with merging gums, I think the thing is, I want it to be kind of an option for gum, what you're using, not just kind of a straightforward, oh yeah, I want to use this gum. That being said, I do kind of want gum to be a little bit rarer for endgame people. I feel like gum just becomes too easy to get too quickly, and it's too hard to get to start with, stuff like that, but, none of that I'm going to be addressing right now. But yeah, I don't think there should be a gum that's like, oh yeah, you only use this gum and that's the only gum you use. Like, I like how it is, hey, you can choose loot gum, or you can choose, X gum. You can't really have both. Or in events, you can choose a vacuum gum, or you can choose loot gum, but you can't have both. I like that sort of deal, but, yeah. Make them voice activated if you have mic enabled? No. Anyways, I do kind of want to, add a gum, more information to the gum hotkey. One, I want to make it visible on mobile in the, crate menu, and then also go ahead and make it display the amount of gum you have. Maybe also with like the type too. Just sort of like an I, or ID for depending on the rarity or whatever, or tier. But that might be a little bit more difficult to add than I'm thinking. Anyways, let's continue working on. The reason why I'm working on diamond right now instead of continuing through heart is so I can catch up on our quests, so that I can actually like do both quests at the same time. Hoverboard loot gum? Yeah, the nitro loot gum, yeah, no one really uses. I mean, a few people do for speedrunner rewards, but the 10, 20, 100,000 people have, they aren't using all of that. I have this good idea, I think. I don't know if you guys would agree. But to have this option of, instead of using gum for like the effect of it, you could kind of burn it in a sense, for like pet XP, something like that. I don't know how good of an idea that is, but it is something I have. And then maybe also adding some caps to them too, so that players don't have infinite of some gums. I don't know about the cap. I think the cap system could be kind of weird. The way I'd want it implemented is that if you have the cap of some gum, it kind of instantly converts any of that random gum you get into like other gums. So like if you have the like, okay, let's say hypothetically the cap is like 100 vacuum gum. Once you get to 100 vacuum gum, anytime you convert for more of like 100 more glitchy vacuum gum, it automatically would get converted into like 1/10 of another gum or something in the converter itself, or something similar to that. where it just sort of helps you get some other rarities of gum that you don't have max of. I think that'd help with like quite a few things. The problem is I don't think having a cap would be something people would be a fan of, even if it does help with getting like the better tiers slightly. I don't know. Yeah, no, I don't think it would be like 1-to-1. And like the fact that people have grinded so much gums does make it kind of difficult to balance some of this stuff. Like maybe something like antenna parts. No, I like the current system with the items in antenna parts, how they work. With you requiring to go ahead and grind ghosts for them. I don't think having any system where people can cheese those is a good idea. Alright. Alright, looking at our time, I don't know if I'll... Like, 8 minutes. Is that going to be enough time to even get this... Actually, it should be enough for this quest of hearts. I don't know if it'll be enough time for us to get the next antenna for hearts, though. Yeah, it's not a fully fleshed out idea. It's not coming anytime soon. It's just... I feel like that solves a lot of issues with gum. Makes gum more useful for, like, everyone in general. And also, like, easier to deal with. But, yeah. Where like, all the ghosts all of a sudden just do a jump or whatever. Yeah, that'd be funny with the music. It's just kind of hard to time stuff to the music. Alright, let's go grab 3 more griffins we need. And spawn in really quick. There it is. Yeah, it definitely give a big use to a lot of the less useful gums. Well, and the issue would be the balance of it. It'd probably be something like a 1/10 or something. But yeah, I'm not entirely sold on the idea yet. It's not like it's going to be added. Unlike some of my other ideas, which are definitely coming in the next update. It have came in previous updates. Alright, there we go. Done with hearts. Alright, 5 minutes. Yeah, I don't know how many more quests we are doing for hearts. Looks like we are doing at least this one. But I think the next quest is going to be something like upgrade our antenna, which is probably not going to be done in 4 minutes. So. So about halfway through hearts. Next episode, I think we're going to get all the way done through hearts in about an hour, maybe an hour and a half. And then we're going to be probably working on spades for the other hour and a half and get about halfway through this quest. That was not what I went back there to do. Open pet crate. But yeah, upgrading our antenna, I think we're like way too far behind on the items to actually have a chance at getting it. Let's see, 125 or 225. No and no. Okay. Whatever. Yeah, that would probably be it for this episode. I don't think we're getting any other quests done today. But yeah, we have moved into Remnant Zone. I think, honestly, looking at the time, it's going to take probably a very similar amount of time as getting through main hub, i.e. less time than it takes to get through Ghost World, and about the same, and about a little bit more time than it takes to go through Backdoor. So, I mean, the only thing is, like, that's taking those times as your first time through the game where you don't have access to much gum. Although we did have access to basic gum through Backdoor. It's kind of weird how the progression of difficulty works in Ghost Simulator. I mean, I've been working on balancing that, but it's going to take a while before it's actually truly balanced. But yeah, realistically speaking, this is actually not a horrible. Maybe I'll change my mind once I get to spades in those areas, which are much worse for items, since you need so much more for antenna upgrades. But honestly, I don't imagine this is actually as bad as people make it out to be, especially since, like, I'm literally just using basic gum. Everyone has access to basic gum at this point, and most people could go ahead and grind for something like glitchy gum pretty easily. But yeah, one crate key for doing a quest is kind of cheap compared to the gems they give in the Remnant Zone. You do realize there is a crate that costs 10 million gems, right? So one crate key is 10 million gems, which is more than like the 1 million or whatever they give. Arguably. And then they can also just be used on void crates, which are generally the better way to do it. At least until void crates can no longer be opened with crate keys, which, yeah, no spoilers there, but yeah, definitely going to be happening soon rather than later. Not next update. I'll let you guys know, but yeah, it's still pretty good to have a crate key compared to gems in some respects. But yeah, anyways, that will be it for this stream. I plan on doing another stream probably on the Minecraft realm later this week, probably around Wednesday. So, you know, actually there's only 4 of you right now, so the Minecraft stream might actually have more people than this one does. I don't know, YouTube algorithm's weird with how many people it decides to show streams to. It is what it is. I generally am doing these streams more for my own sakes. I'm not really doing them for actual views because, you know, looking at the numbers, like, realistically speaking, it doesn't matter at all whether or not I stream, but, yeah. I don't know what the plan for that stream is. It might be continuing trying to find stuff in the nether because we are trying to find a netherite upgrader because, our entire community, is just struggling trying to get one of those, so might continue looking for that. Or I might do some actual end stuff, because having a leecher would be kind of cool. I don't know, we'll see. Or I might just do some more building stuff, because our center is kind of dire need of some building stuff. Including my house, like, my house is just kind of chilling there, uncompleted. But yeah, that'll be it for today's stream. We got all the way up until antenna level 22 in Remnant Zone, which is not that good. But yeah, it is a start. Hopefully in the next stream we are able to get quite a bit further. And then at some point we'll be able to go ahead and finish this thing up. Anyways, thank you guys for coming out, and I will see you guys on Wednesday. If you guys want to watch that Minecraft stream. Otherwise, I will have an update for the Ghost Simulator update a video out for Friday, or maybe Saturday, depending on how the update goes, whether an actual good time to upload a video. Anyways, thank you guys for coming out, and I will see you guys later. Bye.